So what brought you back to the service industry? Why did you go back?
You know, I've bounced around so much. I've never really figured out what I actually wanted to do. I like being in mobile detailing. Like I wouldn't say that that's exactly like my number one choice of what I want to do, but I just kind of saw such an opening in the market that I knew I kind of had to jump on it. Found a guy to kind of help me out, get started financially, and it's kind of a perfect partnership. So
Gotcha. Yeah. Wait, so what did you do before detailing?
I was actually the director of personal training at Lifetime in Gilbert. So I had my own little office right on the weight room floor. My job was so everybody who joined got a free hour with me. And my job was to convince them why they needed personal training by the end of it. So one day this dude walks in, my business partner, and he's in good shape. He's in his 40s. And I'm like, dude, you don't need personal training. You want to kick it in my office for an hour, talk biz, talk sports, be my guest. And we hit it off. And then a couple weeks later, we were like, let's just go into business together. And I quit that day and started Capstone.
Dang,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Wait, so
I was also the director of personal training for Mountainside before that. This is the only job I've ever gotten fired from.
Because you're just doing too damn good, or what?
Because one, they found out I was interviewing at Lifetime, and two, I had relations with some guests and coworkers there. So
wait, so they let go of you because you were interviewing with Lifetime as like the competitor?
That was what they told me, but I knew the real reason.
Yeah, but honestly, dude, that's crazy how the at-will states work, you know, because Arizona's an at-will, so they can just whatever reason just done.
You know, we have like similar things to that of our like we withhold their pay until we get our equipment back. So I had to fire actually 3 people this month for that specific reason, and I have to track down their equipment and everything like that too. And I literally have to withhold pay. I was like, hey, I'll release this as soon as I get the equipment back. That's our like leverage point for being a mobile detailer.
I mean, you got a lot of expensive equipment, so it's like,
I mean, we give them like $2,000 worth of equipment, and you know, there's some like variable or not variable costs, but recurring like chemicals and shit. I mean, I only have to buy them one vacuum, one set of batteries, but
yeah, makes sense. What's your go-to tools? What color is it?
We use Ryobi. I know.
Milwaukee fanboy over here, so it hurts my heart.
We're gonna switch off it. It's just easy to use.
That is true.
They're just easy.
They also have a lot of options too. So
they do, and people can when I'm teaching someone how to detail, or when one of my trainers is doing it, they're just easy to use. We have all the equipment right then and there, so that's why we went with them. I mean, I'm sure we'll make upgrades in the future.
Yeah. So service-based business, man, controversially, probably one of the hardest businesses to start. Like people watching this. We have some viewers that are either wanting to start a business or maybe kind of gone down that path or whatever the case, but you've already been down the journey that sucks and has a lot of uphill battles you got to win. Like, what's your advice to those guys?
So I know service-based businesses, especially in today's world, people find them hard to start. People don't want to do them. But the real reality of it is it's probably never been easier to start a service-based business. Specifically because there's such little competition out there. One of the reasons we went with mobile detailing is because we're not scared of the competition in this industry. Same thing with roofers, same thing with pool guys, power washing, driveway guys, any of that. I think if you just have great customer service and you do business the right way, and you're comfortable with losing money for a couple months at the start, you're going to be successful. It's inevitable at that point.
Yeah. And plus the demand's massive.
The demand is massive. People want good, reliable people that can show up on time, do what they want, pay for the service specifically, know exactly what they're getting. So service-based businesses, they are hard. It is a grind. You're going to have to lock in. But at the end of the day, I think the competition is so low. You know, it kind of brings me back to a story. I used to train this guy who worked for Amazon, kind of high up. And he told me when he was hiring new grads, he couldn't get people to make eye contact, be able to hold a conversation with him. So I think if you can just do some of the bare minimum things the right way, you're going to have a baseline of customers within a couple months that'll just always use you. And that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true. Because I mean, it's repeat clientele, you know, like especially if it's a serviced based company. Like if you started like a construction outfit or something like that, it probably wouldn't be like too much reoccurring necessarily. Like there's not like maintenance involved, but you can build some referral out of that. Cause it's like, if you help them do their bathroom, like they'll probably hire you again to do their patio, stuff like that. So.
Right. And I think that's what it is. One turns into two, turns into four. Specifically in my industry, we have these little A-frames that we set up. So, if we can just get one, then there's a good chance a neighbor's going to walk by and potentially want to book with us. There's a good chance they have another car that we want to do. So service-based industries are, I don't want to say they are the future, but I think those could be the next real winners of this economy, whether it's plumbing, HVAC, electricians, mobile detailing, any of it.
Yeah. So if you had $100 in your pocket and you were going to go start your own service-based company, it can't be mobile detailing, what would you go do?
I would probably go knock doors and offer window washing. I would get $100 worth of equipment and say, hey, I'll clean your windows top to bottom for $200 and just flip it from there.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good one. We haven't heard that one yet. So, but it's so true.
You can do anything with $100. Go buy 10 cases of water and go sell them for $1 on a night out in Old Town, and you'll 4x, 5x your money.
That is so true. That's so true. I've literally bought water bottles at a concert before.
Yeah, for $1.
Yeah, not even. I think it was like $5. It was outrageously expensive.
You can upcharge. So yeah, those I would probably. Or I don't think you can buy $100 worth of mobile detailing equipment to do a detail. I think it costs more than that, but I would probably just offer to do someone's windows for a couple $100 and that would be that.
Yeah. That's also repeat clientele, especially here in the Valley, like gets dusty. There's storms all the time. We just had a monsoon real bad, there's always things you go do. So I think we live in hustle culture for sure, but the hustle is that most people want to hustle the easy jobs, like they hear about all the AI that's going out. They want to build an AI bot this, AI bot that, but like you're talking about service-based businesses is a good way to get your foot in the door with starting a business and crushing right out of the gates.
So I think the biggest thing I've learned in my first year in business is there is no easy path. There is no shortcut. There is no get rich quick scheme. You genuinely have to put in the hours and train your employees right and have good systems and constantly be looking for ways to improve. There's no fast forward button. You have to grind it out. And that's what a lot of people don't want to hear, especially because we are in hustle culture. And, with the age of social media, you see these kids really 18 to 21 years old driving supercars, like beautiful girls with them in Miami or Los Angeles or even Scottsdale. And you think that's the norm. You've normalized that when in reality, there's probably only a few hundred people per city at that age that really, really have it like that. So if you're not one of those people, don't chase that. Like chase what you're really, really good at and then expand from there and then teach it to others.
Right. So when you're scaling, your business as well as like just any service-based business, like how do you balance? Because I think most people will struggle with is like maybe they're really good at sales or they're really good at the operations of things or they're really good at the marketing of things, but how do they tie everything in together to scale the company? Because that's, if you don't get those three things connected, it doesn't matter, because like you said, you can go knock doors, you be the greatest salesman in the world and you can get all these appointments, but if you don't have your operations locked down where you're like actually showing up to clean these cars, like the whole thing's going to fall apart, but how would you blend those three together?
I would say if I had the answer, I'd be a lot further ahead than where I am right now. I guess, sales, of course it's important. And of course it's what I'm good at, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we go find 500 to 1,000 details a month. If they're not good details, then people aren't going to use us again and we're going to die out as a business. So, I know how important that aspect of it is, but at the end of the day, like you have to invest in your employees and there's just no other way around it. You have to invest in good training systems. You have to find people you can trust. And I think one of the biggest things that I struggle with is the delegation of it all, because I know I can do it significantly better than what everybody else is doing it at. So who can I find to delegate these tasks to that I can trust? And then how do I pay them accordingly from that?
Yeah. Speaking of pay, like we're creating a course right now how to make 6 figures in sales, marketing, operation roles. Like what as a business owner yourself, like if you're like, hey, I'm going to delegate these tasks to this person and pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars to go do it, like what are the qualities of that person that you would like for them to possess?
I would say someone that holds themselves to a high standard, someone who's honest as well. In my industry, part of the reason why I had to let a couple people go is they took a couple details on their own. You know, a neighbor walked by and asked how much he charged, and he said, just sell me a couple $100 and I'll do it. And of course I found out about it. So people who are really honest and hold themselves to a high standard, you know, going back to the point that I just made, we live in such a get rich quick society when in all reality, if you act as a man the correct way that you're supposed to, if you do things honestly, you are going to be rewarded in the future. And I know it doesn't always seem like that, but the reason I make that point is because when you act with the utmost integrity, you are acting as your highest self. You are acting at peace. You don't have any bad karma. You don't have anything to where you're looking over your shoulder or anything like that. So I think the qualities I look for are good integrity, and then people who hold themselves to a certain standard. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a quality that a lot of people don't possess, mostly because they are unwilling to invest in the company, you know, because they're like, oh, it's just another job, you know, dime a dozen. Like I can just go get another one anytime soon, or like anywhere else. I got to go get paid X amount of wage, you know. But I think obviously the relationship to the employer to employee needs to be like well established where they can see the progressional growth. But at the same time, like employers and you as a person that is employing employees, like you desire to not have so much on your plate, and you would love to pay somebody else to go do it that's just as good of you, if not better. So like you would be happy to pay someone
I would
ridiculous.
Love to.
Yeah.
I would love to.
So like within that talent, like how do you translate that to an employee, and like what would you want them to like ask questions about in an interview? And like if you could have your perfect candidate ever, I think they call it in the talent acquisition space, they call it the purple squirrel, which is like the perfect person that has the correct skills, the right experience, everything lines up perfectly. They're just the most elusive creature on the planet. Like what would that conversation look like?
In all reality, I just need someone who's presentable and well-spoken. I can teach them everything else they need to learn. I can teach them how to sell. I can teach them how to detail a vehicle. I can teach them how to sell add-ons. I can teach them how to pitch maintenance plans, all of that. If you're presentable, you have a good attitude, and you're well-spoken, you're articulate, everything else can be taught. I want the things that can't be taught. Some people just have it, some people don't, and that's the truth of the world. And I feel like less and less people have those unteachable skills because they weren't taught to socialize as kids. They never developed those skills, especially if they were put in front of a screen at an early age.
Yeah.
They never developed those interpersonal skills that you need to have to get anywhere in business.
Yeah, that's so true. Especially like the kids these days that grew up in COVID, you know, and like had,
it's over
like,
for them.
Yeah,
it's
like
over.
They had no social experience, you know. It's like it's really tough. So I guess you're like still the same age as me, where like you kind of saw some of that. How did you avoid the pitfalls of being sucked into the online world and like removing yourself from social experiences?
For a while, I didn't. So it was right after I graduated college. You know, I probably was. So I'm 27 right now. So I was probably the last age that really got to like be outside, play, you know, before smartphones. But I mean, I definitely got sucked into it right after COVID, and I was kind of a hermit for a long time. But at the end of the day, like I knew there was a greater life that I wanted, and I knew there were things I had to give up, and friends I had to leave behind, habits I had to leave behind, and I knew if I wanted that life, that was the only way I was ever going to get there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there like some book that you read that just magically made you just better?
No, honestly, just I felt like I always expected a lot from myself and knew I had a ton of potential, and I was just tired of wasting it every day.
Yeah. I mean, the breaking point honestly happens a lot for a lot of people. You know, I remember my roommate from way back when he first turned 21, he had that moment where he looked himself in the mirror and was like, what am I doing?
Yeah, like what are you doing with your life? Like, you know,
a tough conversation.
And you have so many, it's actually kind of an epidemic. You have so many 18 to 25-year-old men, even up to 30, honestly, that have no idea what they want to do. They don't have a ton of skills. They've bounced around from job to job, so they don't really have anything on their resume to do. And I mean, it's sad, honestly, when you see it, when you look around society and see what a lot of men have become. And, you know, part of it is probably targeted, and then part of it's probably just the way society's going.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you see this with social media, like they spend billions of dollars to figure out how to get us to like stay on social media longer.
Yeah. They want you addicted. They want you having that little dopamine hit of every single swipe, and that's how they make their money.
Yeah, it's true. Speaking of social media, how do you make money off social media?
That's a great question. If I knew, I don't know if I'd be sitting here, to be 100% honest. I think there's a couple different ways you can go. You can develop a personal brand where you're the person talking, and you're providing some type of value. For me, mine would be very niche specific of door-to-door sales for mobile detailing. For others, it's fitness. For others, it can honestly be anything, whatever that you can provide value on. And then you can go the theme page route where you post a bunch of motivational clips on 10 different pages and grow a following. And then you have affiliate links in your bio.
Yeah.
Neither of them are easy. They all take time. They all take a lot of work and a lot of effort. You know, I think people see these influencers and they see, oh, they just post a couple videos, you know, every day and they make all this money from it. But it's not easy to do. Editing videos is hard. Filming videos is hard. You know, none of these are easy, quick skills that are going to make you rich quick. And that's probably the truth that most people don't want to hear.
Yeah. And in the service-based industry, for any services, I feel like the majority of those companies feel like the intimidation factor to get into social media is so high, and the risk that's there for the lack of reward is also even higher, that they don't even like focus time, energy on that. They're like, oh, we already have our clients, we're already established. Like, but I mean, you know this firsthand, like, even though you don't make direct income from it, it's important to have that social media outlet.
You have to have a baseline of it. If you're a certain size as a company, people need to see that you're legitimate. With social media, I guess for a lot of business, there are a lot of businesses that don't necessarily have a massive need for social media. Mm-hmm. Again, I think there should be a baseline from it, but in terms of mobile detailing, like, you know, I think what a good social media is maybe going to net you 10 to 15 details a month, which is great. Like I would love an extra 10 to 15 details a month, but at the end of the day, it's not going to move the needle for most businesses.
True. But out of the people that do buy from you, how many of those do you think go check out your social media?
I would say less than 5 to 10%. I'd say they look at our website more than anything.
Yeah, that's still social media to an extent.
Okay, all right. If that counts,
it's your social. It's your online presence.
Online presence. Okay. Yeah, like I'm thinking more like Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. TikTok. So like, you know, try to post videos and hopefully get 1,000 leads from it. Not going to happen. But if somebody that is skeptical to buy from you, or you left a flyer, or you left your information because they didn't want to buy from you on the doors, like, what are they going to go do? They're going to go look up your company. Right. And if they're like even interested slightly in wanting to buy from you, and they don't see that you have this online presence that's trusted and like other peers have also bought from it, they're not going to want to buy from it.
That I definitely agree with. I would say more people check out our website or how quickly we show up on Google than they do our social media. And that's not to say social media isn't important for a lot of businesses, because it clearly is. Yeah. But you do need, if you're a certain size, you do need some level of that, I guess, online presence is the term you used.
Yeah. I was steering that direction. So we got there. No, it's really important. So, I mean, and then I was just curious, like, what your experience has been with online, you know, marketing, because it's a big world out there and a lot of companies are lost and there's so much competition, you know, like, so what do you do to beat out the comp? And besides, obviously going and hitting the pavement and making things happen.
The honest answer on that is I don't even know if I need social media advertising or marketing for this industry. We have a group of girls that run our social media, and they make some good videos and they do some meta ads for us, and it maybe nets us 1 to 3 details a month on it. Yeah. And that's not to say that other detail companies aren't scaling through meta ads and having to spend that much. But the one issue that I think I have with it specifically is one, there's no guaranteed ROI. So I feel like with a lot of marketing agencies and what we've talked about is they charge a flat fee and then they require ad spend on it. So I'll use a couple round numbers for example. Let's say someone's agency fee is $1,000 a month and they recommend $1,000 in ad spend. So that would be a $2,000 cost for a business.
Yeah.
And I would feel comfortable paying $100 per RV that somebody else got us.
Yeah.
So I would rather say, hey, go get me 20 RVs and you'll make your 2,000. Or if you go get me 40 RVs, you'll make double that. And if you're not confident you can get that, you're probably not an agency that a lot of businesses want to work with anyway, right? Yeah. So I feel like a lot of agencies go through that flat fee model versus I'd rather pay way more for that performance-based model instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're against agencies.
No, I think good ones are crucial to so many businesses.
Yeah.
It hasn't necessarily worked out for our business. So we're going to do about 125 details this month. About 90 of them are from knocking doors. About another 20 of them are self-books by our detailers, people's second cars. Another 15 are maintenance plan. And then we get about another 10 on Yelp each month, which costs us $400 a month. So I would pay $400 for 10 details.
Yeah, that's good.
We get some website
incredible margins.
We get some website inquiries.
Yeah.
But I think specifically with my industry, why and I don't want to say I'm against it or anything like that. I'm not against anything that works.
Yeah.
But I get 20 ads a day from other mobile detailers.
Yeah.
And they're all pitching the same products and the same prices. So who do you even know who the most trusted one is? Who do you even know what the best product is? I'm sure if you ask people who have used their services, they're all going to say their guy is.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I have to compromise on price because they're getting advertised to by so many different companies versus when I sell it at the door, every spot that I fill in at 175 online is a spot that I can't fill at 250 at the door. Yeah. So that's a big $75 opportunity cost right there.
Yeah. That makes sense. So do you feel like that's just because of the market that consumers usually just buy because of urgency and like you're knocking on the door at the right moment at the right time? Mm-hmm. Like what do you feel like is the main factor for this?
I don't think people buy mobile detailing from me. I think they buy me. I think I stroll up and I'm so confident in the product that I'm selling because I know my detail experts are going to do such a great job and they see how excited I am to get on my hands and knees and scrub their tires and vacuum out their mats. And they're like, oh, I want to buy from this guy. We did a Tesla this morning and I sold him yesterday. And the guy was like, well, I have a membership and they included a couple free details. And he straight up told me he booked with me because he felt that I was trustworthy enough to do a great job. And we did do a great job on it. He was thrilled afterwards, but people, in today's society, we're such a low trust society right now. Yeah. I think people want to do business with people that they like and people that they trust. And I think I really do think selling door to door, if you're good and if you're trustworthy, like is a great ticket for a lot of businesses that most people haven't even considered.
Yeah. I mean, door to door is a grind though. And a lot of people are unwilling to even do that.
I enjoy it actually. I think it's cool walking up to a house that you don't know and creating money out of thin air like that. I think that's cool.
It's pretty incredible.
I like being outside. I like staying fit. I like walking. At the end of the day, you're basically just having conversations with people. Yeah. That's all it is. So I don't, if someone tells me no, they don't want their car detailed, I walk away on the first no. Now, I might say something like, oh, are you sure we can make it look brand new? Or I'll say something like, hey, I'll let you pick your own price. And they'll say, what? I'm like, yeah, tell me a price you'd say yes to. And there's probably a good chance I'll say yes.
Yeah. How does that work?
It works. Honestly, it does. People are like, what? You'll let me pick my own price?
What's the lowest you ever got?
I've done details for $150 before.
Like a really, really good detail?
Interior, exterior. So we don't do, that's another thing that we do different than other companies. So if you look at a lot of other mobile detail companies, they do like basic cleaning, they do full detail, they do high-end details, and they're all priced differently. I think every car should be a certain level, right? Like no matter what they're paying. And You know, the truth is, I don't really care what I charge them on the first car. The goal is to get them on maintenance plans, is to book neighbors, is to do their other cars for them to use us more than once. So yeah, if I have to eat a little bit on the first one, I'm more concerned with the lifelong value of that customer versus just that one-time purchase.
Yeah, which that in itself right there, lifetime value of a client. And I feel like a lot of people sleep on that because
They do.
especially in service-based industries, it's like they're so like occupied with the idea of getting them to do the first whatever, the first build, the first clean, the first blah, blah, blah. But it's like, that doesn't matter as much as if they're actual reoccurring clients, you know? So,
So I'll give you a good example. We had this guy's car we were doing. Didn't, you know, I was honest, we didn't do a great job on it. So I went back and looked at it and I was like, you're right. This isn't up to our standard. Maybe my detail expert, it was the second detail of the day. It was hot. Maybe he rushed through it, or maybe he was having a bad day. Why don't you let me do your other car for free? And then you can judge us from that. And he said, sure. And we booked him a couple days later. And now he's on a quarterly maintenance plan for both of his vehicles for us. So I actually think when you make mistakes, when you mess up like that, it's actually a great opportunity to retain that client, because it's really about how you handle it at the end of the day. Like, a lot of people see that, and a lot of customers see how you handle, because things are going to happen in service-based businesses. You're going to scratch the paint. You're going to push in a front sensor. You're going to mess up a guy's clear coat rims, which was a $3,000 problem for us, which sucks to do, but we handled it the right way. We did it. And I think there's just a respect factor of, you know what, they handled this the right way. Like, I will use them again.
yeah. So who came up with the maintenance plan? Was that you or your business partner?
It was both of us. We knew that was the only way to scale it. We have to get recurring revenue. So the way to get to 1,000 details a month isn't go find 1,000 details a month. It's let's start at 500 and then we'll go book another 300, and the detailers themselves will book another 200 when they're out on the job. And then we'll just keep growing from there. So if we could get to 10 to 15% of our clients booking on some type of maintenance plan, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah. I mean, that would be huge. So
that's an ideal world right there.
yeah. So what's like the goal with like long-term, what you see yourself kind of moving into? Obviously you don't want to knock doors for the rest of your life. So,
I'll teach this at a mass scale, to be honest. Not to like sound cocky in a way or anything like that. But I am the best at selling mobile detailing door to door. I have got it down to a science. I know exactly what I'm doing. Now I just need 10 other people to go do this in Scottsdale, Peoria, Gilbert, Chandler, Mesa, Avondale, literally all over Phoenix. 2,000 or 1,000 details a month is only 5 door-to-door guys booking 200 a month. I mean, that's only 6 details a day for a month. That doesn't seem that outrageous to do.
Yeah.
In a city with 5 million people.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's doable. People have cars.
Yeah. Everybody has a car. It's dusty here. You can work year round. It rains maybe 10 days out of the year at most. So yeah, I mean, I want to see if we can get to 1,000 or 10,000 or 50,000 cars in a month. I think when we get to the 10,000 point, it'll be across multiple state lines, but I think it's very realistic given how much we've grown in our first year.
Yeah. No, it's definitely doable. I mean, the sky's the limit, you know, so it's just whether or not you can maintain that, put in the right leadership in place, you know, all that good stuff. So do you have like kind of a game plan for equipping leaders and
Not even a little bit.
Hey, well, it's funny because we actually went through this course not too long ago where they talked about selling the course before creating the course. And they're like, in the middle of this course, we're literally still designing the course that we're selling. We already sold you that you're watching right now. And it's that same idea where it's like, if you have this idea, like, who cares about all of the operations that go into it? Like, you should start doing it and then figure it out as it starts to progress, because the worst case scenario is it doesn't work, which means that if it doesn't work, you didn't spend all that time creating something that never would have taken off. No,
I agree. I don't, I'm not a calendar guy. I'm not a to-do list guy.
Yeah.
I'm a wake up and just do things. Like just go find something that's productive. Find what puts in the most amount of revenue to your business, and then just go do that, and everything else will work itself out.
Yeah.
As long as you have guys that are trained. What I think how I'll kind of structure this in terms of leadership is I'll have a service manager, somebody who can equip guys, someone who can lead them, someone who can train them, someone who can teach them how to sell. And I'll just hand them a new guy to train every 2 weeks. I'll take a little bit more ownership on the sales side, and I'll train a team of door knockers, and then I'll promote the best one to, I guess, director of sales, VP of sales. And from there, he'll just get a little piece of what everybody sells, and it'll be his responsibility or her responsibility.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad bees out there that like to do this. So
I would love a few girl door knockers, to be honest. I know they would kill it.
Yeah. Here's a part of the course we're also creating for how leadership uncaps your growth. So quite the depiction here. You got trust, care, and help, which are the 3 primary things that people care about when you're hiring someone, which is, can I trust you?
Yeah.
Do you care about me? And can you actually help me go where I want to go? So it's important, man. Like, cause if you hire a sales director who's going to run your entire sales team, it's like, even that guy cares. Like, can I even trust this person? You know, cause I'm about to put it all on the line here and like really generate some revenue for this person, which actually you brought that up where it's like doing things that actually generate revenue. We talk about that consistently all the time. It's like business owners need to stay in their lane when it comes to generating revenue. Because if you're not doing something that generates revenue, what are you doing? You know, like we talk to people all the time. They're like, yeah, I'm getting my LLC all started up and I got this logo. I've been designing it for weeks. And I'm like, why?
I've made this great landing page. I can't wait to show it out. No, do things that figure out what brings you the most amount of revenue and then just do that all the time. Just consistently do that.
It's like cleaning windows. Like you said, it's like if you're spending so much time worried about cleaning the window, but you're not actually cleaning the window, it doesn't matter. You haven't made $0.
Right.
You know?
And anyone can start a business and design a logo and come up with a company brand name or whatever they want. You know, can you actually exchange money?
Yeah.
In hands?
Can you ask people for money?
Can you ask people for money? Like, are you okay with that?
That's sales, you know? So, like I just watched this podcast or the Alex Hormozy hotline call where you like call him up and ask questions, whatever. It was like this accountant that provided CPA services. And he was talking about that his profit margins are too low and he can't retain talent. And now Hormozy was like, well, how much do you pay your guys? It sounds like you underpay them. And they're like, yeah, it's exactly the problem. He's like, well, you need to start charging more. He goes, if your service is really good, you just charge 2 to 3 times more than what you pay now. And then the guy was like, well, that sounds a little outrageous. I don't know if I can do that. He's like, well, it sounds like you're just afraid to ask people for more money. And he's like, well, yeah.
Yeah. That's why when I do sell door to door, I start at a much higher price than what we actually charge.
Yeah.
And then I can work down from there because if they're going to pay what we actually charged, I mean, that's ideal. Even at a discount, I'm okay with that. But yeah. Don't be afraid to ask for add-ons. I mean, if they're happy with your service once, there's a good chance that they're going to spend more money with you a second time if you're trusted. Yeah,
100%. It's like they did it the first time. Like it's not crazy to think they'll do it a second time, you know? And then all you have to do is get that one sale underneath your belt, and then it immediately proves to you that it works.
If you can do one, you can do 1,000.
Yeah, 100%. Right? So you think AI is going to take our jobs?
No.
What about that bot? Jimmy, pull that up. That bot that is going around cleaning houses and stuff like that. You don't think that robot's going to come clean cars one of these days?
I don't know if people want that. First of all, I think it's going to be a luxury item for the top 0.001% that people are going to have. I also think we're a certain time away from getting to that, right?
Yeah. What about the car washes, you know? Because I actually brought this up in one time with this other friend that I have that owns a detail business, and I said, isn't your greatest competitor car washes? And he told me no.
I think yes. Yeah.
You think so?
I think I have so many people at the door say, hey, I've got a membership at Superstar Car Wash. I take it once a week. I don't need it. To which I say, yeah, most of our clients do actually. They just like to get their car professionally detailed once a year. So that's why we're out here.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because he was convinced that it was not a competitor of him. And I was like, it kind of sounds like it is.
It is your biggest competitor.
For $50, I can get unlimited car washes every single month, as many times as I want.
I want the guy working from home that doesn't have time to go do that. Hey, we'll come right to you and we'll just do it. I have a guy who has a matte gray Audi, so he can't take it to the car wash because of the wrap on it. And he pays us $100 every 2 weeks just to come wash the outside of it.
Really? Yep. That's not even vacuuming it?
Nope.
Dang, what a guy. Hey, Jimmy, pull up an Audi that's matte wrapped.
Matte, yeah, it's like a Q8, I think.
So why can't this go in the car wash?
It's like a matte wrap, like they'll have
the wrap will like
it's
damaged or whatever.
It's something like that middle one right there, where all those like brushes on the mobile detailing, it'll like scratch the paint and everything.
Really?
Like that, yeah.
So you can't get like. So if you get a wrap, like there's like what about like the sun damage in Arizona? Does that also affect it too as well? Like, do you have to park that baby in the garage?
Yeah, well, we'd love to get you a ceramic coating on there. Usually it's an extra $150, but since we're already out there, we'll do it for an extra $75.
Nice.
Ceramic coatings are our biggest upsell. We do a full 1-year ceramic coating. I just ordered a 10-year ceramic coating kit, but that has to be like climate controlled. The car has to sit for 2 days before you even take it out of the garage.
Damn.
We'll charge anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 for something like that. But first we have to test out if we can even do it as a mobile detailer. It's usually done in shops. But yeah, we do a full 1-year ceramic coating and people love it and it protects from the oxidation and all that stuff. So,
damn. I'll probably have to do that to my wife's Jeep's hood.
I know a good mobile detail company. So
I mean, it's too far gone though. The whole hood is just messed up. I tried to I took it out muddy and then I tried to polish it and I ripped off all the paint.
Dude, if it's worth having, it's worth maintaining.
I don't know.
So you got the sales side coming out.
Yeah, but you got to see this Jeep, man. It's 222,000 miles. It's deserves to be parked in the garage. But anyways, this humanoid AI bot, they finally pulled it up. Look at that thing. So you don't think that thing is going to be able to clean cars in the next 20 years?
It might.
How cute that thing is.
Maybe that's the direction we go in as a company.
That'd be sick.
Love my guys to death, but if I can get some cheaper labor through this,
hey, for $500 a month or early access,
that would be way less than what I pay right now on labor.
You could buy a new robot every year. Dang, that's so wild, so crazy. So, how does AI like work in your business today, though? Like, do you guys use any AI today, like booking appointments, anything like that?
No, because I think people want to talk to someone. I don't think they want an AI agent, and maybe they will in the future. Maybe we're just not there yet as a society. But I think what I've learned in this industry throughout the first year is there is no lower trust industry than mobile detailing. I have people tell me all the time, we had booked appointments with 3 other companies. They canceled the day of, or they just didn't show up, or they stopped showing up. We've had people where their equipment breaks when they're here and then they just stop the job. So it's part of the reason why we don't actually collect their credit card information when we get them on maintenance plans. It's why we don't bill them on the first of every month, because they're not confident we're even going to be a company. The average lifespan of a mobile detail company in Phoenix is like 9 months.
Jeez.
So people just don't trust us, don't trust mobile detailers that much. So it takes time to build that level of trust. But once it's there, I mean, you've got clients for life.
Yeah, it makes sense. And like, do you feel like the demand is high where like they really want their car to be cleaned?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my, people love their vehicles. I love their vehicles. I want to make your car look great for you. I want all the neighbors to drive by and see how nice your car looks.
Yeah.
I want that too.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, car washers are always booming. So even though they know that it's probably not the best thing for them, they'll still go through it every single week just because they like the shine of it and make it look nice.
Yeah. Even though it leaves all those swirl marks, even though it leaves scratches, to where we'll just come do it right in your driveway for a little bit more expensive.
It's nice. That's real nice. Yeah. So what's your favorite type of car to work on? Do you have a specific client that if you walked up to a door, they open the door and they're like, these are the cars I have 10 of them. You would just foam at the mouth with excitement because you're like, this is the exact type of car I want to clean.
Teslas are the easiest to clean because of the carpet that they use. Things scrape right off. They're super easy to vacuum, super easy to clean. I mean, I think we might have mentioned or talked about this the last time we met, but all these mobile detailers, they love working on these nice luxury cars, these Lamborghinis, these Ferraris, and they love the Instagram pictures that they get from it.
Yeah.
Well, that costs the same amount as a Toyota Camry. So give me 10 Toyota Camrys over 2 Lamborghinis. Sick Instagram post. How much revenue did that bring you?
Yeah. Wait, are Toyota Camrys actually easier to clean than a Lambo?
They're the exact same, honestly.
There's no difference.
I mean, there's a little bit more room on the inside of them, but yeah, like they're the exact same in mobile detailing. And
You also probably have way less issues with the techs because they're not worried about destroying something that costs
100%.
4 times their annual wage.
100%. Yeah, I mean, we did a nice, I forget what model of Corvette it was this morning, probably an $80,000 to $100,000 car. And those are very nice too. And we love doing those. And don't get me wrong, I like working on luxury cars. Those are awesome. But again, like most mobile detailers go after those luxury cars when they don't realize that that's not your average client. Like your average client is going to be just a regular vehicle owner. Like it doesn't have to be, and it costs the exact same to do, no matter if it's a luxury car or just a basic sedan. So I think that's where a lot of mobile detailers actually stall themselves. They'll get to 30 to 50 to 70 details a month, and that's as high as they can go because they go after the wrong things.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, that's just the shiny object, right? Like it's the same idea we're talking about, like non-revenue generating activities. It's like if you only target the Lamborghinis of the world, how many people actually own a Lamborghini? Like
very few.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how much revenue you actually going to generate. If you cleaned every single person's Lamborghini in the valley, the person that cleans every single person's Toyota and F-150 would crush you.
Yeah. You wouldn't even be able to compete.
Yeah, there would be no way. Right. So, which that also begs me a question. Trucks. Do you like cleaning trucks or
love
do you
them? Yeah, well, that's probably our biggest item, honestly.
Really?
People love their trucks.
Yeah.
Yep, they take good care of them. We even had truck month back in May where we gave like 20% off all trucks.
Hear that, Jimmy?
Specifically on that.
we'll
make it look brand new for you.
Should see the inside of Jimmy's.
We clean dirty cars. That's what we do.
Hey, Jimmy's just a busy guy. He's got a baby on the way, and
well, congratulations. Well, I don't want you to have to run to the car wash or anything like that. We'll just come with you.
Oh, Jimmy. Dang, dude. So the Valley, what brought you to the Valley? Because you said you're from...
I'm originally from Chicago. Yep. I moved to Fort Lauderdale when I was like 14 or 15. I moved out here about 2 years ago. We used to vacation out here all the time when I was young, so I've always loved it out here. And I got a sister who lives here, had a couple twin girls not too long ago. So,
nice.
It was time for me to get out of Florida, and I knew this is where I wanted to be next. So I packed up the car and drove across the country, and here I am.
Nice. The one that you detail? Your own car that you detail?
No, I was driving a little Kia Optima sedan all the way across.
Dude, I drove here with a Kia Optima too.
It's a great car. It's a great car.
Until it blew up.
It's a great car.
It's got that GDI engine where it burns oil.
Yep.
Does your burn oil right now?
Mine got called back. Literally got called back.
So. Oh, that's hilarious. How many miles did you put on it?
I got it at like 60,000. I traded it in at like 112,000. Truck I just bought had 140 on it. I bought it like a year ago, and now it's like 165 on it. So,
what kind of truck?
Nissan Titan.
Nissan.
You got to go with the Japs, man.
Bro, he used to have a Nissan one, dude.
It's a great truck.
Yeah,
it's great. It was the first truck I've ever owned. I didn't need anything crazy. I was like, I'll just get one, and it's a great truck.
And you haul around all your cleaning equipment in it, or used to?
I haul around my entire business out there.
That's funny.
You'd be shocked at how many times detailers say, "Hey, I forgot this. Are you around?" Yes, I am.
Well, it's just funny because I remember someone else that had a detail business said he wouldn't use a truck because it's unprofessional.
Well, what did he use? Like a Sprinter van, or?
Yeah, he bought a Sprinter van. So
all of my guys detail out of their sedans. I have one of my best detailers drives a like Nissan Altima with 240,000 miles on it. The hubcaps are like peeling off. And he does a great job. Like it doesn't matter. Like one thing I do, one of the operations that I'm very picky on. So we send the client a text when we're on the way, and then we send them a text when we're there. But if they're going to detail out of a sedan, the A-frame needs to be set up before you send that text, so they don't say, why are you just here in a sedan? Where's all of your equipment? No, the A-frame's up. We're a real business. We're here.
So the A-frame's like a sign or something. Like
it's like a big old sign that
looks like a yard sign type of thing.
Yeah, that you see outside of businesses, and it has to be put up before they text the client that they're there, so that they know that we're not just some random guys in a sedan.
What about like decals, like magnets? You guys use those at all?
I mean, they're my employees' personal cars. Like if they want to throw them on there, they can. But no, I don't.
I used to be the alarm business, and they gave us these decals. I never used it.
and I'm willing to bet very few sales ever came from decals.
Oh no, it never came. So no one ever questioned it because they were booking the appointment. So it's not like it's like, and that even goes to tell too as well. It's like even if they didn't set up the A-frame, like they already expect you to show up. So it's like it's not like they're going to be like, oh my gosh, these guys didn't show up in a nice professional Sprinter van. I'm done. I'm not going to hire them.
Correct. It's the little things that we do. So a few little things is we leave coasters with Capstone logos on them in their cup holders. So when they see it, they see us again, because I don't want them to forget about our business when they need us. And we have these little bags that we use. They have like Capstone stickers on them, and we put all their personal belongings on it. We leave them like a nice little microfiber towel so they can wipe stuff down themselves.
Nice. So it's the little things, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's the Costco experience, you know. It's like that $1.50 hot dog that you get at the end of it. Just, Jimmy, pull that hot dog up. I got to see that thing one more time.
Can't tell you the last time I've had a Costco hot dog.
Dude, you're missing out.
We might have to make a run.
Dude, we're talking about date nights earlier, bro. For literally $3, you can get 2 drinks and a hot dog. Look at that thing. Did you hear that? And
she would be the happiest girl in the world. If she's not the right girl.
She would know you're a real one, you know? So yeah, the director of sales or whatever asked the CEO if he could like change the hot dog price.
He said no.
He said no. He said, I will bury you in the ground before that hot dog increases in price.
And he's right.
That's America. That's what we need. So, so they got a crazy loyalty program that is wild that you have to pay them to shop. How could you, did you ever model kind of what you guys do off of something like what Costco's doing? Because, I mean, Prime does it, you know, everyone. You literally pay these guys to shop at their company. Like, do you have something similar like that, kind of cooking or brewing that you guys have thought about rolling out?
No, because I think we're so new at this point. We're only like 11 months old as a company. I don't think people trust us enough like that yet. But we do want to be like the Costco of mobile detailing. You can have the Lambos and the Ferraris and the Porsches. you can have whatever you want. Yeah. But we want volume. Right. That's what we want. So sometimes I say like the McDonald's of mobile detailing. And that doesn't mean cheap or convenient or anything like that.
I mean, it's not. It's $2 million to start a McDonald's. So it's like, it's a big operation.
Yeah. We want as much volume as we can possibly get. So no, nothing like this. Maybe in the future, you'll have a membership to where you want to pay us $150 a month. We'll come out whenever you want. You can schedule it yourself. So
yeah, no, that'd be cool. So the membership thing it's so great because then you could pay your employees better. You know, you can have a better experience. Like there's different value adds that you have more revenue to play around with. It's like,
and their job is easier as well because if they just cleaned the car a month ago or 3 months ago, they're getting paid the exact same for half the work because the car's probably already pretty clean if we just detailed it.
Yeah. Yeah. The membership thing it changes the game, you know, because it's like,
it's the only way.
Yeah. It's great. So, and then it's that trust factor too, like you're talking about, like when you get somebody so trusting of you that, hey, I'll charge you a flat fee of $150. You can get as much as you want. People are going to be like, no way.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I would 100% do that.
Yeah. And like probably like 80% of your clients would do it maybe once every 3 months.
All you need is 1,000 people paying you $150 to get to, what is that, $150 a month in revenue?
Yeah.
That's not that out of pocket.
Nothing. Yeah. And then also like I said, like the amount of people that would abuse that is so low that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll 100% take it.
Yeah. The people that will do it every single week will far outweigh the people that don't use it every single month, you know? And it's like, it's the same thing as like Keep It Cut. Like those guys charge what, 20, or it used to be like $20 and then you get unlimited haircuts.
You know, that's actually a great, I had never even thought about that actually. Hey, $200 a month for unlimited details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 5% referral fee.
Yeah. Hey, I'd never even thought of that, but
Hey, I mean, cause think about it. Like you were talking about earlier with like doing like giving away the secret sauce for door to door. It's like, every single person in the entire world could hear that, but a very, very small portion of people would actually take it and run with it.
When I first started doing door-to-door for mobile detailing, it was hi, my name's Jack. I'm with Capstone Detailing. I just wanted to see if you'd like to have your car detailed, versus what my pitch is now.
It's probably smooth, like butter.
I'm leaning up against the wall. I'm flipping my water bottle up and down. I'm casual, speaking slow, and
bro, I love door-to-door sales guys. We had one of the last podcasts we did. Ian, he just sells pest control. And he was kind of like that too, like just so casual. He mirrored my body language, leaned up against the wall, and he just kept on. Like I would try to detour him, because I always like mess with door guys. Or I'm like, bro, I'm that guy, Like I sell too. I sit at my house all day and sell, and I'm like, he's like always bringing me back to the main reason why he's even at my door. It's just it's an art, man. Like you got to get
it's a great skill to learn too. I love it. I was kind of thrusted into it and just learned on the way.
Dude, it's sink or swim over there, bro. I remember my first door was cable, slinging cable, dude, and get guns pulled on me and like the whole.
Have you ever seen the guy who sells solar? He films himself doing it, and he just talks like a caveman. He's like, "Hey, I'm the bill lowering guy." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I lower your bill. Your bill's up here. I bring it down here."
What? Who's this guy?
I don't know.
Jimmy, pull him up.
I've seen his Instagram. I don't know who it is, but he's like, "Yeah, I'm the bill lowering guy." And they're like, "What do you mean you're the bill lower?" Yeah, I'll lower your bill for you. And that's his entire pitch.
It's kind of a strong pitch, honestly, because that's what solar's supposed to do, right?
Yeah. I don't know anything about solar. I don't know if it's like a good investment for homes. Clearly that if it's on every single house in Arizona, clearly there's some type of benefit to it that everybody's doing it. But I don't know enough about it. I don't know what it does. I don't know what the cost is.
Yeah.
This guy.
This guy? Oh, it's literally his tag is Bill Lauren guy. This guy stays true to himself. Yeah. That's so funny. I'll have to watch that after this. I don't think we have any audio, but those solar guys, bro, my heart goes out to that. So
I also think when you're seeing some of these solar guys that are making $200,000-$300,000 a year, that's not the norm for solar either.
Yeah.
Like those are the best of the best. Most people probably burn out in solar.
Yeah. It's also the only door-to-door job that you can do that's high ticket outside of roofing, because it's your typical, if you sell enough watts, you're selling $40,000-$60,000 deals, You're
making $4,000 on one sale.
Yeah. Or more, you get
one sale a week, two sales a week.
Yeah. You get a lot, and then you have setters going out, setting your appointments. You just show up, you close the deal, you move on with your life, all that good stuff, So, but it's a lot of these low ticket offers that I think that you can make a lot of good money at it, and it's way more consistent, like you're talking about. Because if you went out there and crushed the doors for mobile detailing, which is a low market that has a high demand and high need, and you're just consistently pumping the numbers, it's only a matter of time before you start to see consistency behind it.
No, you could genuinely make $500 to $700 to $1,000 a day. I mean, if you're out there for 10 to 12 hours and you're crushing it and you're selling, but yeah, I mean, the money's out there. It's just a grind. And you're right. Most people won't want to do that.
Nope.
But
not in Arizona.
it's a skill that you can learn, and it's a skill that you can get good at. And I don't think anybody starts off good at, almost anything.
Yeah.
But if you put the work into it, and if you, I think if you know what you're selling, if you're confident in the product, then you can sell it. Yeah.
Which also, the product itself, if you already know the teams that's backing it is great. Because I remember selling cable, and then those Frontier guys would show up, which doesn't even exist anymore. And they were union workers that would just find every corner they could ever cut, and they would always be late, and they'd always go on lunch, ironically, at the same time as the install, and they'd always push it out, whatever. So it's if you have a great team backing this, where you're like, hey, Mr. Customer, Mr. Mrs. Customer, if I sell you this service, without a shadow of a doubt, this person's going to show up tomorrow and do a fantastic job. And you have that level of confidence, and you just tell them about the great service, people will say yes.
They're buying energy at the door.
Yep.
you know, you just knocked 50 houses and 40 of them weren't home and 10 of them told you to get off their property. Can you have a smile on your face for that 51st house? Because that 51st house is going to want you to do all 3 of their cars.
Yep.
Can you have a smile on your face?
Got to go through the nose, man. Got to go through it.
Every no is you're one house closer to a yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I was in the door-to-door industry, we watched this video where it was like what's it called? It was like he went out and knocked an apartment complex and there was 100 units and like it was like his first day on the job and he like knocked the first 4 doors and they were all like, F you, no, slamming the door in his face. And he was like, man, this job sucks. He's like, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to knock every single one of these apartment doors because I'm going to prove to these guys that got me in this mess that it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the very last 97th door, he sold them. And then the 98th, he sold them. And then the 99th, or I guess 98th, he sold the last 3 doors. And he was like, holy shit, like this worked. Like I ended up getting 3 sales. So like he did like basically like a social study where like he did 100 doors for the next like week. And it was pretty much on average. And his pitch sucked. So that's why it was so bad. But he's like, 3 out of 100 people are buying from me. And then as he got better and better, that number started to shrink. Yep. So it was like, okay, out of X amount of conversations that I could have, you know, I would have 1 out of 10 people would buy from me or 1 out of 8 people, like depending on the pitch that started to get better and better as like his skill started to increase. And it's just, he created the law of numbers. It was like his whole entire idea that he was getting across was like, if you go through the numbers, it's only a matter of time, but you have to improve at the same time.
I dislike when people say, oh, I don't want to do door to door. It doesn't work. It's too hard.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it's not because there's so many people doing it, right? Like clearly it works. Like it's a skill like anything else that you can master.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the oldest form of selling, you know?
Yeah. Go sell door to door. If you can sell door to door, you can do anything.
Yeah,
you can sell anything.
Yeah. Those are the hardiest people on the planet. So, any funny stories on the doors going out and seeing something absolutely crazy?
No one's ever been rude to me, ever.
Wow.
No, I have never been told to get off the property. I've never had anyone threaten me. I think if you're just nice and polite and you just ask a question and, you know, my industry's a little different. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. If you don't want your car detailed, bye. I'm on to the next house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time to argue with you.
Yeah.
No funny stories. I wish I had better ones for you.
You got to go sell solar for a day.
Yeah. Sometimes just an unbelievably hot mom opens the door and I stop for a minute. I have to think about what I'm going to say. And
the pitch gets off.
I'm like, whoa, what are you doing here?
Yeah, that's always tough. So the door-to-door stories that I never had a bad experience either. Like I had a few people pull a gun, but it was more like, hey, like it's my house, you know, like I just pull a gun because I don't know you, but nothing crazy. So, but man, last thing would be if you could talk to anybody right now that wants to get into door-to-door and you had the perfect 5-second pitch to why they should not only get in it, but you would love for them to go into your industry and let's just say for working for you, what would that pitch be?
5-second pitch.
5 seconds.
You can make a lot of money. And if you're scared to do it, it's probably the thing you should do.
That's good. That's really good. All right. Well, that's a wrap.
Sweet.